No pencils, no lunch, why teachers dip into their own pockets. A national survey has found that 93% of Australian teachers use their own money to purchase supplies for their school or students, and 25% of those, mostly primary teachers, spend more than $1,000 a year.
Here's a summary of the article.
Mandy Wells teaches refugee children whose parents can't afford to buy pencils, stationery or school bags. We have to get them to engage in learning, yet they can't read, write or speak English, they don't eat breakfast, they don't eat lunch, they don't have a school bag or stationery, and they certainly don't have any books at home. A national survey has found that 93% of teachers use their own money to purchase supplies for their school or students, and 25% of those, mostly primary teachers, spend more than $1,000 a year. Some 78% buy stationery, 76% buy classroom equipment and 44% buy library resources and textbooks, according to the Australian Education Union's State of Our Schools research report. At Ms. Wells' school in Fairfield, the principal has earmarked school funds to cover basic stationery, breakfast and lunch for students in need. Ms. Wells felt frustrated when the federal government recently gave non-government schools a $4.6 billion funding injection without providing any extra for government schools. Federal Education Minister Dan Tehan said the government was providing record funding to all Australian schools and would honour its commitment to fund 20% of the school resourcing standard, with the states expected to fund up to 75%.
This post received a score of 53,404, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
This year, when the Washington state teachers went on strike, there was a lot of drama with the school board. At one particular meeting in my district, teachers were essentially scolded for being selfish and thinking about their paychecks instead of the children. While the children matter immensely, I can't imagine another career scolding an employee for needing money for their job. Imagine scolding an accountant who asks for a raise because you're not thinking about the capital account entries, or scolding a FedEx employee because you're not thinking about the packages.
When I asked for a raise at work, my employer told me, "You're only thinking about yourself and not our business." I was like, of course I am. It's not my business, I just work here.
Also, your employer would drop your ass in a second if it was hurting their bottom line, and then suddenly it's not our business anymore.
Same as in the US. And, if I'm not mistaken, the cost of supplies is no longer tax-deductible for teachers as of this year.
To give you an idea of the supplies teachers spend their own money on, donorschoose.org/project/desk-please/3722175/closing parenthesis funded since this post went up.
You guys rock. Let's keep it up. My son's school sells kids pencils for $25 if they come to class unprepared. It only cost me $10 and I became a fucking hero for a week. Edit, Staples has a huge clearance bin of school supplies this time of year. Hit one up, fill a bag and drop it off at a school near you.
They started what amounts to a GoFundMe for the school about 4 years ago. The students have not paid for lunch in 3 years, all food is free at school. They have enough money for food that they have built a massive stockpile and give it out food bank style. They also take in tons of money and gifts for school supplies.
I wish my school had done this. I'm in 02. I graduated in 14 and the school closed after 15. It's a shame seeing the building I basically grew up in now, looking like an abandoned warehouse or a meth factory. Support your schools, folks. When they ask for money, they usually need the money.
I'm just amazed at schools not receiving enough funding to stay open, not even enough for pencils. What does the American government spend its money on?
Tax cuts for the rich and military spending. That's the reason we can't have nice things like socialized healthcare and free higher education.
The mentality that teachers should do this or should give selflessly to their students is so wrong. We've created this bizarre rhetoric where we praise teachers for this behavior, when in any other profession, spending $1,000 on your job the place that's supposed to pay you would be insane. Both my parents are teachers and they love the job and they love their students, and they've spent tons of their own money and time to make their kids' lives better. Praise teachers for doing a good job, but don't idolize this behavior, recognize it as a sad state of our educational system.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to Speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.